Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Bahzad here.
We're back.
We're back.
I'm Risa.
You're Risa. I'm Bahzad. We're back with the Naked and Famous Denim live stream. Sorry for the technical difficulties. My light is green. My other light is also green, but it says no data. So hopefully this stream is streaming live to you through the waves of the internet, directly into your homes or your mobile devices, or where, hopefully in the future, directly into your brain. If you're watching this in the future.
How do you turn that off?
It's a YouTube feature. I don't know. The future overlords will figure that out. But we're here. That's what's important. And
it says excellent connection.
Now it says excellent connection. Let's hope that stays that way, and they're not just playing with our heartstrings here. We're back. Thanks for everybody for coming back, and let's hopefully learn some talking language English today. Okay, so I don't know where to. It really ruins my momentum whenever these streams go down.
We're talking about hems.
Yeah.
And then we showed Steve's excellent faded
hems. So let's talk about hems, right? And so we're just going to jump into topics here. We won't try to reintroduce the intro stuff, but hello everybody for joining us. And so where we were last, I'm really out of my zone now. Augustus L, hi from Hong Kong. Hello. Wherever you're tuning in from, say hello. We're tuning in from Japan. Streaming live from Japan. I'm way out of my...
Calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Hems. So we're talking about hems because Nick Stridewise, a good friend of ours, while I was in New York, we got to sit down and talk about a few different topics. We recorded a couple of videos, and the video he just released a couple days ago talked about some of the myths, debunking some of the dumb stuff that is in our little raw denim world. And one of the things we talked about in that video was hemming. What kind of hem? What's the important hem to have? And that topic came up because he on a forum asked the question how he should be hemming his jeans, and everybody insisted that he had to have a chain stitch hem. And
specifically Union Special
chain stitch hem. So, and he was asking me, he's like, is this actually important? And I gave him the honest to goodness answer, and the answer is it's not particularly important. Depends on
important to you.
Right,
it's important.
Right. That's it. So if you like the way that looks and you have access to a chain stitching machine, either buying your jeans from a shop that has the ability to do it, or maybe there's a place in your town that does that service, sure, go ahead and do it. So long as it's not cost prohibitive, a couple bucks to do it. I wouldn't spend more than, $25 to get that hem done. Personally, again, it depends on you. Like if you're having to ship those jeans out, the cost of shipping them back and forth and the cost of hemming, it's too expensive. It's too much. That's too much money. Just get the single needle. And the single needle hem is perfectly good.
Arguably, it's stronger hem. Because even if stitching breaks at some point, it's not going to unravel the entire hem, whereas with chain stitch, it's likely to unravel the entire hem.
So just the nature of the way that the construction of that stitching works, a chain stitch, when it breaks and those threads start to come loose, you pull it out, the whole thing unravels.
It's actually very satisfying.
Yeah, that is true. But as far as the way that the hems are going to fade, they're similar in ways, and they're not so similar in ways. The chain stitch hem tends to twist a little bit with time, so you get these vertical type of fade marks along your hem, and then with the chain stitch, it kind of twists, so they kind of become a little bit more diagonal. Whereas with the single needle, it tends to remain a little bit more vertical, but you still get, what I think is a very, very pleasing looking fade result, even with a single needle. So it's not that one is better than the other. They're just different. And now the Union Special hem is perhaps, as far as like vintage construction, might be a little bit more older. Not might be. It is a little bit older. But again, vintage construction just goes down to which vintage are you looking at, right? You know, the 70s, the 80s, like the 90s, like this is all vintage now, right? We're in that vintage era. So
90s is vintage.
Right. So some of you people might not have even been born in the 90s, but you know, a lot of us maybe we grew up in the 90s. So it's just now we're just getting old. We're just reminiscing. But so I tried to talk about how these topics, these types of hems, you know, do whatever you want, right? There is no shame. You're not less of a denim guy or girl if you don't get the Union Special hem. It's not a, I don't think it's a bragging right, you know, in that sense. If you got it, you got it. You don't got it, you don't got it. It's just different experiences. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
It's one of those things that, like, in the, you know, like the world of raw denim developing, that somebody like really liked, you know, chain stitched hem, and they're just like really, you know, put it in the checkbox category,
right.
You know, like, is it salvage check? Is it, you know, whatever, something like that. So, I mean, if you know, certainly if you care about it, that's something that you should continue to care about it.
Yeah.
It's not like nothing, but it's also not everything.
Right. Yeah. So we have we had a comment here. Salsa writes, cost me $8 to do a single needle hem for my jeans locally. Right. $8. Can't beat that. Right. So don't, like, I just want to reiterate that, you know, this isn't something that you need to stress over, whether it's chain stitch or not. You're still gonna achieve beautiful fades. Now, the other things that I didn't talk about in that hem discussion was what I often do, and is a raw hem. I just cut the fabric and let the jeans kind of, you know, fray and, you know, fall apart. And I'm personally a pretty big fan of that. Like, most of my jeans, all the jeans that I wear currently are raw hemmed. Like, I don't have a single pair of jeans that has a hemmed finish that I wear, like, you know, regularly. So that's another option for you. You don't actually even need to finish your jeans. You can just cut them and enjoy them. And Steve, our manager at our New York location, reminded me through his latest Instagram post about another option, which is which I will show you now. If you saw the last stream, which died, this might be, anyways, I'm just going to get into it. So these are Steve's jeans. He's wearing the solid black selvage, as you can see here. He's got a nice Union Special finish. You can see the diagonal kind of twisting here on the hem. But what's really neat is that he let the hem out, and now he has a raw finish that you have all the fade marks from the chain stitch hem. So you've got a mix of both things here, and I think it looks really, really cool. And you don't really see this very often. Like, I've owned jeans that have this detail, but I really, it wasn't until Steve posted this that I remembered this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you that I was trying to do that on my natural indigo?
You might have, but I definitely only remembered this option recently when Steve posted this up. So I think this is another really neat option for people.
I really like the look of it. To me, because I'm such a slow fader, it's going to take me probably like a couple of years, so you won't see that from me for a while. But yeah, it is a very fun thing to do.
Yeah, and I think it's that's a real next level hardcore kind of thing to do. Because there's one thing is, like, you know, you're getting lap fades or phone fades, or, like, you know, but this is, especially because of the way you have these diagonal movements, like, I got the chain stitch hem, and then I cut it out, right? And now I have the beauty of, you know, the roping detail in full effect, because now you've unraveled it and you can see it like it's much more exaggerated. And then the bottom of the hem will start to fray out, and then you'll have that open frayed hem. It's gonna look it's really, really cool, and you don't see that. You don't see people wearing it like that a lot. So, yeah, most people are just, you know, their jeans, especially with like if they went, you know, if they specifically got a chain stitch hem, I think they liked the idea of it, you know, being there, right? The jean being finished, and like they didn't want a raw hem. They didn't want their jeans to unravel and fray out and all that kind of stuff. So they like to have that, you know, finished jean. I mean, it's more traditional, but yeah, this is another cool way to wear your jeans. I kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
Kind of want to do that. I've been thinking about which jeans I'm going to wear next, because the Indigo Invitational is coming up, and my raw cotton slubs are...
Is it like after this round is over, it just starts right away?
No, it doesn't start right away. I'm not actually sure, but hey, Snowy. I'm not sure what jean to wear next. I want to wear an indigo jean. I haven't worn an indigo jean as my main pair in 2 years. So I'm trying to think what is going to be that pair. I'm thinking maybe True Guy something.
It has to be True Guy. It has to be True Guy.
It has to be True Guy.
It has to be True Guy.
So I'm not sure what fabric yet. I have to decide. It's tough. There's a lot of options out there.
It's tough because it has to be something that, like, if you wear something from, you know, last fall or something, by the time you start to wear them and fade them, like, it's going to be kind of like, this looks great, but nobody else can have it because, you know, it's already sold out.
Right.
So maybe something in core collection, or maybe like future, like upcoming collection.
Get it before everyone else. And then I can have it faded by the time it comes out.
It's helpful to have somebody like fading a pair by the time like the new item comes out.
I just have to wear it hardcore. Hardcore parkour.
All right.
Parkour.
Well, we gotta go hiking and stuff.
That's it. Austin Flesher, NYC Denim with Nick from Stridewise on the patch. When? I don't think I'm gonna get Nick on the patch.
That's a very
it's a very specific question.
Yeah.
Probably never. I don't think we're gonna have our own Nick patch.
We don't even have Bahzad patch.
There's no Bahzad patch. As much as I like Nick, probably won't put him on a patch.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No Brandon patch.
Yeah. Brandon mustache patch.
No. No patch.
Okay. Rights W5 asks an interesting question. How to lengthen legs if you need to. Lengthen the leg of a jean? It's just jumping around. If you want to lengthen the leg of a jean...
You unravel the hem.
Well, yeah, that's true. You get an extra...
inch or so.
Half an inch. If you... about an inch if you unravel the inseam. So that's one way. Another way that is... mostly temporary is if you have a steamer or while the jeans are damp, you can just tug on the leg, right? You can get about half an inch of length if you stretch the leg out. So there are ways. You're not going to get much. Like if you're really trying to get a lot of length out of it, there's no real way to do that, but
I think maybe he was just commenting on that like style of hem. It's like, this is also how you get an extra length out of it. That comment.
Oh, sorry. So? I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, we were talking about, like, you know, we were talking about the unraveling the hem.
Right. How to lengthen legs if you need to.
Yeah, that's also how to lengthen your inseam if you need to.
Okay, well... If it wasn't clear to me, and now it's more clear to you.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Okay. Okay, Rice W5 writes, the other hem context I always hated, the must-have trumps things. Have them or don't have them, whichever you want.
Yeah. Well, in general, like, that's our stance. Like, there shouldn't be any kind of militant rules about raw denim. It's whatever goes, whatever you want.
Yeah. Do what you like. They're your jeans. If you want to cut one leg off and have one leg long and have shorts and long pants at the same time.
Shorts and jeans.
Jorts and jeans.
That's great.
They're your jeans. You do what you want. You might look a little silly, in my opinion. Probably a lot of people's opinions. But
it's not illegal.
It's not illegal. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Nick, Risa Jean. Hey B&R, any news on the women's playsuit? Attempting to get the fiance on the Naked and Famous bandwagon.
I am waiting for that news as well. Sorry, guys. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we don't control in the production.
Yeah. Clothes and Unknown, great sale this week. Finally comped that charcoal flannel work shirt I was hesitating on. All right. I'm glad that you are able to take advantage. And for people who are watching this and didn't watch the failed stream earlier, let's talk about the sale that we're having right now on Tate and Yoko and Naked Famous Denim NYC. Let me just head over to the website right now, and I'll just give you guys a little preview of what we're doing. So let's head on over there. So on Tate and Yoko right now, we've got a weekend sale happening. I just added a bunch of new items to our sale section. So items that were previously 20% off and 40% off are now 30% off and 50% off. So we've got a bunch of new items in here. You see things are starting to sell out. Also, some sizing is limited, so just be aware that if you see it, you should grab it when you can. There's some good flannels in here right now at 50% off. These are some really, really good prices. The last of the Elephant XS, just small size. If you are small size, you tend to be able to take advantage of a lot of the deals that we have got going on right now. So 30% off. There's a lot of items in this section that were never on sale before. So I added a bunch of fresh items, especially shirts, to the sales section. So if you've been eyeing some of these fall winter shirts, now's a great time to take advantage of that. We were down to just, we're getting new stock in, end of the season, and we're just kind of running these out. So grab them while you can. And then also, Red Gradient Core is the first time that's been on sale here. So take advantage at 30% off. So the items that are in the 30% off and the 50% off section, these are all going to go back to 20% off and 40% off at the end of the sale, which is Sunday. And then on the 20% off section, there's some a bunch of items that are normally regular priced that I marked down just for the weekend, so you can take advantage of these deals here. Anonymousism socks, for example. And I also talked about the Epperson mountaineering bag. So this is a good time to take advantage. We're going to spring, summer, hiking season, camping season. These are fantastic bags to have. And I'm especially a big fan of these packable backpacks because they're super, super lightweight. And you can pack them up into like the size of a baseball. So not only are they made of super durable parachute material, but they're very light and easy and compact, so they don't take up any room at all. So if you're looking for some stuff, if you're looking for some new stuff as we're transitioning seasons, now's a good time to take advantage of some of the deals we've got going on the Tate and Yoko. Also, similar deals are happening over at nakedandfamousdenimnyc.com. Obviously, they don't have as much inventory as Tate and Yoko does, but if you see something sold out on Tate and Yoko, do check Naked and Famous Denim NYC, or vice versa. If you see something sold out on NYC, check out the Tate and Yoko, to see if your size might be available there. So that's that. Okay. Mike Knight writes, I picked up the light blue Aloha shirt and white linen work pants. So much more I want. 2 great options.
2 great summer-ready options.
Yeah, very nice summer-ready options. It's getting quite warm out here in Japan, so I still see, like, Canada's still getting pounded with snow, and I'm like, oof.
This is the best time of the year for us to be like, yes, it's a good idea to live in Japan, guys.
Mm-hmm. C-Dot, I'm wanting to get to a stone wash even color, but I want to go from raw indigo. Will the shins ever fade down? Oh, I see.
You're not going to have even toned fade from just wearing.
Yeah.
You need bleach.
Yeah. If you're wearing your jeans from raw and you want to get them to be light, it's the way to do that is to wash them often. Right. Yeah.
So, I have a very, even toned fade because I wash these all the time. Yeah. But even still, and this is lightweight. I don't wear it so hard, but you can't, there's no way that you're going to have a, completely even toned fade.
Yeah.
Without, chemicals.
I have, well, hold on. I'm going to bring out a vintage jean because I can show you what that is going to look like probably in a while.
Yeah. I mean... there's no knee fade so much. But, yeah, over here, it's just, you can't help it. And all these, it's just not possible. And, like you said, shins and, middle of the leg part, they're not going... I mean, they're going to fade, obviously, over time. But it's not going to be even toned. But I guess that's the whole point of raw denim. You can, there's going to be a little bit of variance in fading spots, but...
Yeah,
if you continue to wash them, it will get lighter and lighter. Yeah. I don't think... This probably is, been worn and washed so long. Yeah. But it's never going to be,
It'll never be perfectly even, but, if you're wearing your jeans regularly and washing them regularly, you'll get these wear lines that you see here. You will get them. So it's not going to be a perfectly uniform stone wash that you buy from the store today, right? So, but in general, the overall tone is pretty even because this is somebody who wore their jeans and just washed them normally.
This guy is very even toned. There's no knee fade.
There's no knee fading. Knee fading. But just at the regular high points of strain, you have a little bit more variance in color from the seat than you do here in the leg. And I would say that equally with this pair here, you can tell that this one is maybe worn a little bit harder. Maybe that first jean was washed a little bit more because you can see that the thigh area clearly through all the repairs saw a lot more wear, and then the areas down here is a little bit more dark, but you can get to this kind of look with regular washing. If you wash your jeans,
all the
time, not, I wouldn't say necessarily after every wear, but maybe once a week for a couple of years, many years, you will get to something like this.
Wouldn't be,
A couple of years you'd get there.
You get here in a couple of years?
If you're washing every week? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I think so. I think you can get to that.
Well, not me, obviously.
Or you toss in a little bit of that bleach. Yeah,
I think the bleach would help with
bleach will definitely help out. And brightening the blue. Yeah. Okay. No Saints. Does anyone else tight roll their jeans 80s style? Tight rolls.
I do not.
I've done it. But it depends. I'm just trying to think. I would say that my raw cotton slubs, even though they are raw hemmed, I tend to roll them kind of tight. Like the hem isn't like a big chunky flipped hem. It's actually a rolled hem.
Is it like intentional, or are you just like it? Because it does, like when it's raw hem, it kind of like just.
Yeah, I think I roll it more because I think I just like the way it looks. But yeah, a really, really small hem we got to do a whole like picture guide of like all the different ways to hem your jeans.
We should have a not a dictionary, but like a reference guide.
Hold on. Notepad. Make reference guide on all the different hem styles. Okay, I'm working on it. It's not going to happen next week, but it's on the to-do list. There's a lot of things on the to-do list. Okay. A Gulf. Okay, Wrights W5. Bahzad, I see Gulf Porsche colors behind your head.
Gulf Porsche colors.
You got it.
What is a Gulf?
I don't know what that is. Gulf Porsche colors.
I'm gonna Google this.
All right. Okay. Bahzad fit hem must be the ultimate hem example. Is it? Bahzad fit hem is the ultimate hem? I don't know. I mean, I like my raw hems just because I like the way it fades. Oh, Gulf Porsche, like this blue and orange.
Gulf Porsche colors behind.
I mean, there's.
You're talking about this?
No, I think he's talking about this.
Oh.
And see this. I guess there's some light and orange blue things going on here together. Yeah. All right. Okay. Chris Griffin, is bleach also okay for the dirty fade, color core, and bluegrass types, or will that fade the weft? What about the silk weft? The bleach will fade everything. Anything bleach comes into contact with, it will fade. Is it okay? I mean, will the garment come out not disintegrated? Yes. It won't destroy the garment. What it's going to do is going to brighten the garment.
Yeah, it takes a lot of bleach to destroy a garment. Yeah. So don't worry about that. But also, like, I mean, weft will definitely be affected because weft is, like touching the water that has the...
Yeah, that's a bag. That's a bag.
Touching the water that has, bleach in it. But, like, color core and stuff like that, like, you only, like, bleaching the indigo. Because, I mean, if the color core part is already exposed, then it might bleach a little, but...
Yeah. It's just a bag. It's a nice bag.
It's one of those, like, market, like, what do you call this material? Like a plastic mesh kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my beach bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, hopefully that makes sense about the bleaching. Bleaching is a fun topic to talk about because it scares a lot of folks. As, because we were told, like, don't wash your jeans. Don't wash your jeans. And then all of a sudden it was like, you wash them, hand wash, just with water, just let it sit in the bathtub. I'm like, sitting in the bathtub doesn't do it. You want to wash the dirt out. So you gotta agitate it a little bit, scrub it, But
I mean, it does lift up some of like your grease.
I think letting your jeans just sit in the bathtub, it's not you're not really cleaning them. You're maybe.
I mean, it's better than not washing at all, I think.
Yes, it's better than not washing at all. So, but every, there's, again, just with the raw denim mythos, never wash your denim, to throw it in the bathtub, to throw it in the bathtub with a little bit of detergent and gently, and then it was like, put in the wash with some Woolite Dark, give a special denim wash. I'm like, guys, all of these things do something.
But,
right?
like, okay, so, like, a lot of people who are getting into raw denim, don't they all, like, want to achieve, like, this kind of things? Like, vintage,
I don't know,
authentic fades?
No.
Isn't that what?
No. No. Because most I think what most people want
it's like a high contrast.
The high contrast. Like if you look at like Indigo Invitational results, they see a high contrast, like a dark indigo jean with a high contrast kind of pattern. And I think a lot of people are really turned on by that. That's what I think a lot of people like.
But I feel like they're also the same people who are into like, like jeans that they dig up from,
Maybe they like like the look of it, but I find that like people get to that point where they're like, it's still dark, high contrast fades, and they're like, okay, these are done, next pair, right? Very rarely, and I think that that's a very visually pleasing looking fade, don't get me wrong, but to then be like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going, right? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see this through all the way to the end. And like to me, like this, I'm gonna even get my left-hand twills.
Yeah, this is pretty much as end as it gets. I mean, you can still repair some parts, but like these parts are like paper thin. It's not, and like. When you wear something like this, it's just like you just have to be so careful not to rip the parts that you don't want ripped. So, I mean, I guess this is the ultimate.
Yeah. And like, this is pretty far, right?
Yeah. Well, you didn't repair any of them.
No, I didn't repair any of it. But as far as like the amount of indigo loss, like, hold that up. There's still a little life left in this guy, right? Like, I could still probably get them to be lighter. But, compared to what I'm wearing right now to what I've got in my hands compared to this, there's a lot of different, there's a lot of life left here. But I feel like some people will be like, okay, I'm done, right?
But also, this is a great example of showing, like, different, like,
it
looks so, types. Like, similar when it's raw. But yeah, this is way more greenish blue, whereas like this one's more reddish. Right.
So. Keep wearing your jeans. Don't.
What are we talking? Oh, bleach.
Yeah, but if you want to get that brightness, that's with detergent. Detergent is really gonna bring the brightness out of the fabric. It'll bleach bleach or detergent with bleach.
I mean, you need detergent to wash them. I think it's. I mean, you don't need it, but it's a very easier way to lift the dirt up your fabrics.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you obviously need to be careful about the use of bleach because it is a chemical. It might not evenly if you put too much bleach and if you put too much clothes in the load, like it would not evenly fade out.
Yeah.
I think you just have to be aware that some things can go wrong. Also, like depending on the leather or, things that's attached to the denim, it might not be a great idea also. So.
Or roll the dice.
Yes.
Yeah. If something happens to the leather, something happens to the leather, right?
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I do, like, not like the idea of, like, oh, you have to be, like, super careful and all the things.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand you put a lot into the denim and you're attached to it, but it's just part of the journey.
It's part of and I think the bravery comes with time and experience. Look, I have a lot of jeans. I have access to a lot of jeans. To be fair, even if something screws up, I don't stop wearing it. Like, if I get marbling on my jeans, cool. Like, I still go. Like, it doesn't bother me. I will still wear those jeans. Some people, look, if you've got 1 or 2 pairs of raw denim jeans and that happens and you're not really... you're still kind of developing your taste as far as fades go. And I think the marbling stuff is sometimes something that can dissuade some people.
Yeah. But you also, like, kind of learn to love it as you go. Like, when you take out with the wash, you'll be like, did this is not what I expected. But I think after you continue to wear it, it's like, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I had the, like, on my natural indigo.
Yeah.
I had the paint stain.
Yeah.
Which, like, I wore the jeans when I painted, thinking that, maybe I could get a cool paint stain.
Yeah.
It was as bad as the paint stain can be. It was just like one big blotch.
Yeah, it wasn't like a bunch of spots. It was like one blotch on your knee.
Yeah, and I did not like it at all. But I continued to wear it, and it's like with wash, it doesn't come off. I guess the paint doesn't come off. Anyways, it's just I've kind of started to like it because it's
just bring that pair. Let's show it off.
Yeah.
No Saints writes, is OxyClean better than bleach as far as being more fabric? I'm assuming you mean safe. OxyClean is a different kind of bleach. I don't know. OxyClean
is safe for color things.
Oh, Risa says safe for colored things.
Yeah, I mean, it does brighten up, but it's not meant to, like, take out... Like, it's kind of like a bleach that you can use on colored items. So
it brightens colors.
Yeah, so it's like if you want to get rid of indigo fast, regular bleach is the way to go.
Do we have OxyClean in Japan?
Yeah, well, we don't call it OxyClean, but it's the same thing. It's like a
Maybe I should wash these jeans with that stuff.
I put it in the wash all the time.
Okay.
It's just like it's an extra cleaning, like supplement to detergent.
I see. Is it not as harsh as like a Clorox bleach?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Okay. So there you go.
So that's why it's more like it's easier for people to use it. And I'm not sure if, like, I never really compared like washing with just detergent versus washing with like OxyClean to see like if it actually brightens up. But I just feel like maybe it's something I do.
Yeah. So this is a scientific experiment we gotta try then.
Yeah.
So these are your natural indigos.
Yeah. Again, I've been wearing this for almost a year, and no fades.
Yeah.
Well, some fades.
It's starting to come off a little bit, like it's rubbing off, but you can see it's...
This was also like a bright white...
Yeah. But what's neat is that it's like, it's staying in the twill lines, and then it's kind of rubbing off everywhere else. So it's fading. I mean, you've got that. You've got the marbling going on. Like, you've got all this stuff that... some
that
people
I'm not supposed to like.
They'll be like, "Oh, that's not great," but I think it just adds to the flavor here. Like, I need your help holding that. You can see back here the way that these lines are going through.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see it, but.
So this is like I hemmed this at home, so it's not chain stitch. It's like a regular single needle home hem. And it's the roping is very vertical.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I'm not fading them so well, so you don't see it so clearly yet. But yeah, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Right. But yeah, you can. We'll get some really. These are Risa's Indigo Invitational jeans, and yeah, you can see like you got these like vein type looking fades here. These
our machine really
lines.
Does that like a lot.
Yeah, our machine.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It has something to do with like the I mean, I'm washing cold
wash.
Cold water. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, maybe anyways, I'm not exactly sure, but we just roll the dice and see what happens. Rights W5 says practice on some lesser jeans before the better stuff like Naked and Famous. Or take advantage of some of the sale items on Tate and Yoko and experiment.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot like this. This weekend is a good time, but also like every big sale times that we have, there's incredible deals on our jeans. Yeah. So you can get like maybe like the pair that you want to experiment with on that kind of deals.
Right. Especially like if you can find it in the 60% off zone, because like. Sizing is generally more limited there, but you know what? If you can find your size and you're down to experiment, sometimes you get jeans for like $70, $60. Like there's some crazy deals in there. So, anyways, you size 28 guys, you're always the winner. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you get all the best things.
You get all the best things. Here you go. Okay. The Raven writes, I just turned my jeans inside out and add some all natural detergent, cold water, speed wash in the washer.
Speed wash.
Speed wash. Quick wash. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no wrong way to do it. I will, if you want to know how you can get like that kind of like bright blue, I'll tell you how to do it, but it's usually going to involve, more washing.
Yeah, so much more washing.
So much more washing. But, I mean, that's how they got their jeans to look like that. Because that was just, years and years of regular wear and wash. Whereas in the raw denim world, I mean, we started off with the idea of just regular wear. And wear your jeans every day and don't wash them, and you will get your jeans to fade. And this is true. But they're going to fade in that manner. They're going to fade in the manner of they're going to still be pretty dark, but they're going to have a lot of contrast at the high wear points. If you want them to look like real vintage jeans, it's got to be both. But like there's also two schools of that because real vintage jeans, they didn't wear them the way we are wearing raw jeans now.
Yeah, they went to work with
Right, they went to work.
Office work.
They just wore them and they washed them. They wore them and they washed them. They didn't think, oh, well, I better wear these for 17 months straight before I decide to wash them. So in the grand scheme, in 100 years or 200 years, they're going to, when they're looking back at these old jeans, they're going to be like, well, that was a denim nerd, right? You can tell because these wear patterns are very pronounced, right? You can clearly see the wear patterns. You can see the patterns behind the knee quite, obviously. And then you can tell by the amount of, how dark it is versus how light it is. Because, I mean, even here, if you ever need a fading forensic scientist, Bahzad's your guy. You can see here behind the legs on my jeans, you can see that those honeycombs are pretty pronounced because I wore these, I think for the first 4 or 5 months, every day, no wash, right? So I was able to get my wear patterns really set before I started washing these. And when you take look at a pair of vintage jeans, you can tell that the knees are usually not as pronounced. Not always, right? But you can see that those wear patterns aren't really hardcore here. You can see Risa's here are a little bit more obvious. So, can you just get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, So you can see even on this pair, they're there, but they're just not as, in your face as a pair that has been worn straight on for months after months after months. So
back knee is a good indication of how long you waited until the first wash. Front whiskers, you get it if you only wore it for maybe a month.
Because that is a tighter amount of strain. You can see that you still have whiskers here, right? And this was definitely a regularly worn washed pair. But you still achieve those whiskers. Is that those behind the knees or the stacking fades and things like that? Those are going to be less evident. But behind the knee, that's a good indicator. All right, Venomous Teddy, I'm going to try it for a vintage fade on the double dirties. That'll be quite nice. Yeah, because you definitely don't see a dark brown weft vintage fade looking jean.
Yeah.
That there's if you can get them to look light like my left hand 12s, that'll be a very small amount of a denim that looks like that faded to that degree.
Yeah, and also the warp fade is gonna look like it's probably gonna look like you worked in the field.
Because they'll have a yellowy browny kind of tone to it. They are coming out next Friday. So the double dirty fade, which I have here. Conveniently, I have the Double Dirty Fade right here. These are coming out next Friday on Tate and Yoko. I think Blue Owl has them out right now. So you can check that out. Some of our retailers, we ship them out, they put them out, but we kind of just have a release schedule so that we can put out videos and things like that, because it's time to do all that stuff.
There's a jacket also.
Yeah, there's a jacket. So Double Dirty Fade. Very, very beautiful jean. And you've got that great dark toned interior. And I think Tate and Yoko Instagram posted a faded example of a dirty fade, which I will show you now, because you know what I realized when they posted that photo? That those jeans are actually mine.
I didn't see that.
Well, I'll pull it up. Tate and Yoko on Instagram just posted these. No, that's the left-hand twill. Oh, wait, maybe I posted the Double Dirty Fade. No, here the Dirty Fade. Here we go. Wait a minute. 1 second. I don't know who posted what. There's so many accounts going on. This is the natural indigo. Oh, you know what he did? They did post it, but they didn't post a lot of photos. And I have more. I'll post them next. I'll post them soon. But let's head over to Instagram. There's a lot more photos, and you can see. Anyways, the crotch blew out on these. These were like a size. Anyways, it's a small size. I couldn't fit them anymore. Otherwise, I would have kept wearing them. This was also in a super guy fit, but very, very heavily faded. One of my best faded pairs, and these are sitting in the Montreal store right now. But I know I have more photos of these to share, and I will do that. But really, really great fading pair of denim. I did a good crotch repair on these, and there's a photo of that to show. So we'll get you some more footage of those soon. So very, very beautiful fading fabric, and you can expect this quality, this look, with a darker undertone. I think it's going to look fantastic. So that's the Double Dirty Fade coming your way next week. It is currently, if you want to skip the line, Blue Owl's got them now. So check it out. 14.5 ounce dark indigo denim. Natural colored cotton warp used, and then paired it up with a brown colored weft on the inside. So you have that nice warm tone denim. Looks very, very cool. Very earthy. You can see just from like it hanging around, you can see like the high contrast fade property there. I'll see, maybe I can do scratch these up or something. And I don't like doing that all the time, because I sometimes I just like having the we have sometimes, like, we usually keep a sample for the archive, but sometimes we take old samples and we put them in like mystery sale and things like that, and like if I scratch them up, like I just feel like it's just
but just this one maybe because it's already,
I guess there's already
happening.
A little bit okay, and maybe we'll maybe that's what I'll do. Anyways, you know what? I like comment contests. Here's what we'll do. I don't know. Should I
but there's a size.
There's a size. Okay. We got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I could do a giveaway on these at some point.
Weird Guy 32.
Weird Guy 32. I don't know what to do.
Is it
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, anyways, I'll figure it out. At some point, I'll scratch these up, and then at some point, we'll do some kind of contest. And if this is your size, we'll have a pair. So we'll figure it out. I don't know what to do right now. I didn't think about it. Speaking of comment contests, we did. I did announce all the winners for last week's 10,000 subscriber comment contest. I've reached out to everybody, and we've been distributing those gift cards.
Congrats.
So congratulations to our winners
for participating.
Yeah, a lot of great comments. I read everything. I didn't usually. I try to respond to everything, but there was a lot of comments. So I'm just gonna say thank you for everybody who participated. It's great to see what people like and what people enjoy. It certainly helps even me to guide our way. That's me guiding our way. That's a slithery snake there into the future, and the types of products that we can make for you.
Yeah, 100%. This is a very fun way to gauge the interest of different denim.
And speaking of gauging interest, we're only gonna know how interested you are on this video when you hit that like button.
Yes.
Because likes means interest, as far as I'm aware.
I think so.
So
although dislike also means interest.
Yeah, dislike also means interest.
The lack of action is the non-interest.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, because you have to when you dislike it.
But
you are interested.
I guess so.
You care.
I care about a lot of videos, but I don't always like all the videos.
Yeah, so
I should.
Action, yeah.
Yeah,
action.
I should.
You
so
need to take action.
Anyways,
and hopefully you like it and not dislike it, but
yeah,
can't control how you feel about it.
I don't know. I think you can. Force yourself. Force yourself to like this video stream right now. Like this stream. Tell a friend about it, and that's it. Get a tattoo. Don't do it. Don't Naked Famous Denim live stream tattoo. Don't get it.
Live stream tattoo.
Don't do it. I would not find it impressive. I would think you're crazy.
I would feel bad.
I would feel bad.
You're going to regret it.
I watched a video of everyone's favorite musical act, Insane Clown Posse, and one of the leaders, I guess they were showing them a guy who got a juggalo tattoo on his face.
Oh no.
And the guy was like, this guy's an idiot. He was like, why did he, he's like, don't do that. He's like, I wear paint. Don't do that. That's not I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
face tattoo is a very big commitment.
That's although I do find it a lot more common these days.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's so much more normal to know a face tattoo guy than it was 20 years ago.
Just in general, tattoos are way more common. So I can understand the progressiveness of that, but is that a word?
Yeah.
But progression of that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Rice W5 writes, are you against tattoos in general? No, I'm not. I can appreciate them for what they are. I don't have any tattoos. But
face is a different game, I think.
It is. Face is, look, if you're a musician or something like that, okay, I don't know. I think it kind of, depending on the kind of musician, I think it can kind of add to your aesthetic. But I think for regular people who have to, work, regular people jobs, normal jobs, as somebody wrote here, Brainster wrote, that's a job stopper tattoo.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like it's a it's not only what you put and what stays on your skin, but also it tells something about you.
Yeah.
That you made that decision at some point in your life.
DC writes, I can't imagine showing up for an interview with a face tat. In our industry, it would not matter.
Yeah, it's probably I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
But
it's obviously we're a little bit more accepting.
Yeah.
Accepting.
Yeah, we're certainly more accepting of different aesthetics and people's life and fashion choices and whatever. That's fine. In a creative field, I feel like those things might be a little bit more acceptable. But I remember when I worked at Holt Renfrew, luxury department store, and they're like, it was a strict no visible tattoo. I mean, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Things have certainly changed, but even in my brain, no visible tattoos is kind of for me, that's the business standard. No visible tattoos. And the other day, I was on a flight, and the lady, the flight attendant, full on sleeve, and I was like, I don't care, right? But I also was like, my
was
brain.
She wearing like a tank top?
No, she was wearing her uniform had a short sleeve.
Oh, I see.
Right, so I could see her entire arm, and I was like, whoa. I don't care about these things, but I had never saw a flight attendant with a full sleeve before, and I suppose that, and I remember also the first time I was at a bank and the teller had like hand tattoos that I could totally see, and I'm like, at the bank? I'm like, times have certainly changed,
very
right?
much so.
But yeah, I'm not opposed to them. I've never gotten one. I wouldn't get a face tattoo, but I wouldn't be against getting a face tattoo. If I really embraced tattoos,
if you had to get a tattoo.
Yeah, if I really was like a tattoo guy, I think I would have face tattoos. Just because I'm very, I don't go halfway. Like, if I like something, I just kind of want it all. And
I don't think you would. I don't think you would at all. You're very...
I get like a flower here. Right there. Right on top of my head.
No, you wouldn't.
Something friendly. Nicholas Vilflu writes, tattoos in Japan make your life more difficult.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no question about it.
100%.
You guys, for people like... They're like, you can't join gyms. Like, if you want to join a gym and you have a tattoo, they'd be like, no. Risa's had an incident with them with that. But,
today, there's the gyms that I think a lot of gyms are relaxing the rules, obviously, because it's just such a common issue, and it's not even an issue. Like, the reason why they do that is because back in the days, the only people who have tattoos are like, related to criminal organizations, and as a society, we decided we're gonna not allow these people to be a part of our community. Yeah. So which I understand, but like nowadays, like, it's not a sign of criminal person. It's just a sign of you decided to get a tattoo. So a lot of things are changing, but still majority of major like chain gyms do not want make you swear that you don't have a tattoo, or even if you do, like, you cannot show that in the gym.
And like going to like a bath or like a onsen or things like that. There are places where like a public like hot springs bath type of place, like if you have a sleeve, they're not letting you in. They're just like, no.
Yeah.
You're not covering it up. You're not coming in. Like, you're not.
Yeah, because onsen you can't wear clothes.
Yeah,
like it just gym is another thing because you can actually cover it up. But
so it can be a hindrance. Which, anyhow, if I have a face tattoo, I'll be the friendly guy with the face tattoo here.
Yeah, but
how many likes for me to get a temporary face tattoo?
Temporary.
Yeah. Not even... If we get to 200 likes, I will get a temporary tattoo, one of those ones you can buy on the internet, and I'll put it on my face, and I'll wear it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And then what?
I don't know. That's it.
Okay. You're gonna report back the reactions?
Yeah, I'll report back live reactions.
Do some YouTube videos?
Yeah. Maybe not a YouTube video, but, we'll go to Costco and see
how
that goes with a little cat or something tattooed on my face.
I mean, if it's just like a cat or like something like really funny, people are gonna assume that it's a temporary tattoo, and they're just gonna be like, "What an idiot!"
No, they're gonna think it's great. They're gonna love it.
You have a sticker on your face.
Yeah, it's not a sticker. I'll see. Rub it off. See, it's on there. It's good. Watching how fast the likes go up now. Let's hope so. Let's 200. I don't think we've hit 200 likes on a video before.
What if we real face tattoo, that like's gonna go up.
No,
like
no,
crazy.
I'm not gonna in fact, I don't think maybe
Like,
if there is any
Andy
tattoo
Bernard.
artists in the chat, I don't think a tattoo artist will tattoo your face if it's your first tattoo. I think they're very like, we're not doing that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's very a valid
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah. I'm sure I could find somebody who is willing to if I really wanted it.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to just walk into a tattoo place, they'd be like, no. Nicholas writes, the cops will randomly ask you to show your residence card.
100%.
You think so? I've never had that happen.
Yeah, but I mean,
That would apparently that's a thing here, by the way.
that's a
Yeah,
thing,
that's a thing.
and
So,
that's a thing for
foreigners. Well, because if
foreigners,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
because you know you like foreigners are supposed to carry residence card.
Yeah.
Japanese people don't have to.
Yeah.
Or don't even have one, but it's just, you know, it's a racial profiling thing too.
That's their,
it rarely happens to a certain kind of people.
That's their, like, I guess, you know, it's their way to profile people, but it's like, that's the legal way around it, to be like, well, I'm just checking foreigners for their papers. They're supposed to always have their papers.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking for their papers. You know, so if they ever just are suspicious of you, or if they just want to be jerks, they're like, oh, where's your paper? Oh, you don't have your paperwork with you. All right, come with me. Let's have a chat for a few days. So anyways, I don't think that's going to happen to me. I'll be fine.
Wait, if you get a face tattoo,
A temporary face tattoo.
You think you're not going to get stopped?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think a big reason why you've never been stopped. Well, first of all, like, I don't think that happens in Tsunoshima, honestly.
Not in my town.
Yeah, sorry. But it's one of those things where I think if you are walking around and, like, you know, sketchy, not even sketchy, but more like happening areas at night.
If
by
I was
yourself,
at Roppongi at 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe even then, there's so much. Like, even if I was in Party Zone in Tokyo, I don't think that there's so much people out and about that it would be difficult for them to be like, that one, right?
Well, yeah, I think it happens in certain situations. If everybody's out there, it's just, you know, having fun and walking around and stuff like that, I don't think that happens. But if you're, you know, in certain situations, I think part of it is that, like, if you're walking, you know, hand in hand with me, like, they're just not gonna, you know, assume that you're illegally here or you're doing something sketchy.
Right. I don't know. I've not had any instances, so I guess I'm just running on it's like I never feel like anything bad. Not that nothing bad has ever happened to me, but I don't know.
I think anecdotally, I know that it happened probably more to you know, male of a certain, you know, look, I think.
Right.
But,
I don't fit into the category of
yeah, I mean, you are male, but
yeah. And I think I fly incognito because my hair is black. So, and if I have my mask on, then it's.
I mean, you could. I mean, you do have some Asian look. So,
Yeah. So I think I slip by a little bit easier. Anyways, we don't need to get into the all that,
yeah,
but
exactly.
200 likes. I'm gonna get a temporary face tattoo and report back with what happens on that. So.
We're still far away from that.
We're still far away from that. Okay. Brainstar writes, many tattoo artists won't tattoo face, neck, or hands unless you are already heavily tattooed elsewhere. Yeah, that makes sense. Hands,
I feel like it's not that much.
Yeah.
Like, why? You know, those knuckles.
Yeah. Right. Hands. I have had friends who had, like, palm tattoos.
Yeah, that one's like, it's just gonna
hardcore.
rub off.
And they rub off, and they have to get them touched up all the time. And they're like, it hurts like hell. I'm like, I can imagine. But, like, these are also guys who are, like, tattooed, like, full on, like, not their face, but, like, all around their head. Like,
It's part of their face.
Yeah. But, like, nothing. I find it interesting because, like, directly on their face, no tattoo. But, like, everywhere else, like on the side of their neck, all the way around. I'm like, what's stopping you? It's just a little bit more there.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, who am I to talk? Who am I to say? Francisco Michael Bahzad, if you don't mind me guessing, are you part Filipino? Ding, ding, ding. We got the bell. Well, you got it. There you have it. I don't speak any Filipino, though. I do find that first generation Filipinos who grew up in the West, tend not to speak Tagalog.
That's true.
Out of any like Asian group, maybe I'm just generalizing, but I don't know why. Also, I think part of it is because like Tagalog and there's a lot of English in
like even the
Filipino
people
language.
Who live in the Philippines
speak a lot of English. There's a lot of English built into the into the language, but sorry, I'm bad. Hank Law writes, is Bahzad a Filipino name? It is not a Filipino name. It's a Persian name. It's a Persian name. Christian Tongson, my fellow Filipino. Hello. That blonde dude. Hey, R&B. I saw some of the cotton silk twill shirts came out today. I'm trying to get one. I'm trying to get a feel for the weight. Are they a warm weather weight, would you say? I'd say you could easily wear them warm weather. They're looser and they're not.
It is like lightweight. It's not like a heavy flannel or anything like that.
No, and they're not brushed either. So they are easy to wear in the spring, summer.
It's very similar to this way.
Yeah.
Very.
And drapey and nice. Yeah. Francisco Michael, Kuya Bahzad. Hello. It seems we've got some Filipinos in the audience here. Lee Shang style, is raw denim big in the Philippines? I've not been to the Philippines, but my understanding is that there is a community there. It is not big like it is in like Malaysia and Thailand and Indonesia. In Southeast Asia, there's a big raw denim like subculture. In the Philippines, I think there's a couple things. Actually, when I was in Paris, I met with some buyers from Philippines, and they had their luxury department store. And anyways, the guy he knew about Naked Famous. He just wanted to learn a little bit more, and he was explaining to me that it can be very difficult in the Philippines for even brands like ours to operate because there's a lot of import duties and taxes, and the prices get really high really fast. So, and that's not to say that other countries don't have import duties and things like that, but he was explaining to me that like the prices are going to end up being easily double, if not more, after everything that they have to clear to get the products on the floor. So that automatically makes raw denim a very, very high bar for people to get into, right? Whereas, I would not say that it's inexpensive for the average person in Thailand or Malaysia or Indonesia to access raw denim, but it is, I think, a much higher bar in a place like the Philippines. And I also just think that in general, the fashion sense there tends to be a little bit more mainstream, maybe a little bit more brand centric.
Like
right?
if you're gonna spend like $300 worth of money in jeans, they might get a diesel jeans or things like that.
Yeah, they want something to be a little bit more recognizable generally. So the scene there exists. It's not a big scene, not compared to the rest of Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, I wish it could be a little bit more. It's also very hot, but again, other parts of Southeast Asia are very, very hot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the Philippines kind of. I've never been there, so I'm just speaking anecdotally, just from my experience with, the few retailers that I've met from the Philippines. We've sold there from time and again, but it's just compared to the rest of Southeast Asia, it has never been a steady business. If you're tuning in from the Philippines,
let us
know what's going on out there. We want to know. Brainstar, I'm Filipino too, and I don't speak Tagalog, but I understand it. Right? I can understand a handful of words here and there. It is a thing.
I think we watched a YouTube video about how it's a lost, it's starting to become less of complete language because everybody speaks Tagalog with English words in it.
I think the challenge was they were going around the streets interviewing people, and they were asking them, can you speak in say a couple phrases or sentences without using English? And people were finding it difficult. And these are, people who grew up and live there. And it's kind of interesting.
It's funny, though, because, even in Japanese, there's, English words. Yeah. So much of it now that, average people who don't speak English
know a lot more English.
Probably cannot speak a full, cannot go a full day without using English words.
Yeah, there's a lot of English in Japanese. The amount of Japanese that you right now, the viewer, know without even knowing it is probably very high. Just because
you just have to say it and Japaneseify it.
Yeah, in the stereotypical Japanese accent. Say the English word, and you
with the vowel at the end.
Yeah, with the vowel at the end, and
you gotta add a vowel.
Yeah, usually a U, but biru. Maybe not. No, but anyways, there's just a lot of English words in Japanese. So yeah, Brandon, instead of interesting story, once he was in countryside Japan, and this is very early. I think it was his first time in Japan, so he didn't know anything. And he was trying to get water at the restaurant, and he didn't know the word for water, which is mizu, and he's like, water. And oftentimes I also find it funny that when if you're trying to speak another language to somebody that they don't understand, that by raising your voice, you think they're going to understand it better. Yeah. Water. No, water. No, see, it doesn't work if you make it louder.
No, but when you say water, that's probably a lot better because water doesn't sound like there's a T in it. Yeah. We all know what water is. Yeah. It's just when you say water, it's like water.
Yeah. So he said it wata, and then they're like, oh. Yeah. Got it.
So in the sense, it's just you kind of say it phonetically, not how you speak it.
Jacob Harvey, the singer, writes, same thing in Finnish language. Here in Canada, many of our Indigenous people don't know their own language, even if they live in their home community. Yeah, it's true. I mean, English is, it is certainly the international language, but in some ways we lose some language. I think that you can't police this kind of stuff. Right. Language is language, and it's going to evolve, in the ways that it evolves. You certainly don't want, I'm speaking to you, Quebec, you don't want a language police breathing down your neck, which we have. Which, you know what, I'm going to go on that rant just because I never rant about this. But I don't know if you guys know, but in Quebec, in Montreal, in the province of Quebec, there is language police. The Office de la Langue Française. There are officers that will go around finding your business, giving you all kinds of trouble. And if they're watching this, they're probably going to start giving us trouble. But
we're in Japan.
We're in Japan. Anyways, but if you have I'm going to give you the one example and then I'm going to leave it. But say you have a business in Montreal. Say you have a Chinese restaurant in Montreal. Your menu may not include Chinese language words unless it is accompanied by the French version of those words written larger and on top of those Chinese words. If you have a sign on your store that says sale, like we're having a sale, it must be underneath and in half the size of the French that must go on top that says sale, sold. So, and if it isn't, you can get into some trouble. So, anyways, even if a English, like in France, for example, the term for a smartphone is smartphone, but that's not acceptable in Quebec, so they made up their own word, which is perfectly fine. But it's one of these things where it's like, so this is a téléphone intelligent in Quebec, and if that were to kind of originate organically, that's one thing, right? Because smartphone in France it's French. It's English, but it's French. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It evolved from the English word, as many of our words evolve from other languages, right? But like the idea of just
because
forcing
it's English origin, you can't use it. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But I'm just gonna say this, like Raw Denim community, I think as a whole, we do a good job of like putting Japanese words into English-speaking people's mind. Like, you know, I mean, like, as much as, like, we have so many words that came from English that we use now, like, as a part of Japanese conversation, like, there's a little bit of Japanese in, like, you know, like, futon or, like, what's another one? Like, you know, just random words that tofu or whatever.
Wasabi is wasabi. But, like, you know, it's horse, but you know what I mean? Like, there's enough of
Japanese words that are just like, we're not going to translate it. We're just going to use that word as is. And I think in denim world, there's a bunch of it. Like,
kasuri, kibata.
We're doing a good job of like throwing those words in,
so
I think.
So I'm very happy with, I like the world evolving the way the world evolves, like, you know, through mutual, just, you know, we live our lives and this is the way things are. So
kakishibu, that's a good
kakishibu,
one.
right? So
tsunami,
right. Okay, Chris Griffin, the movie Canadian Bacon, John Candy, and other main characters gratified English profanity in Canada. In a comedic twist, the language police made the characters include French. Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just happens like that. I do have to say I do enjoy the French Canadian swear words, because they have their own flair, and they don't exist in any other French speaking nation. And the French people from France tend to find the French Canadian swear words cute and stupid. Mm-hmm. It is funny. Like if you say like French Canadian swear words in France, they're like, what are you saying? Like they think it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I certainly do enjoy them. And I love turning it on in France also because they find it funny. Radio is radio in many languages. That's true.
Interesting.
That is very, very true. That's very true.
Is it?
Yeah. Radio in French. Radio. What's radio here? Radio.
Radio.
Yeah. Radio is radio in so many languages.
I don't know any other languages though.
I'm sure in all of them. Oh. I'm going to go with all the languages say radio. Okay. BD, hello. My older brushed flannel regular shirt is XL, and my short sleeve easy shirts is L. They appear to measure the same. Would the new easy flannel be close to the easy short? The new easy shirt that's coming is going to be, off the bat, it'll be oversized. Like
work shirt, you mean? Easy shirt is the same.
Sorry.
So regular shirt was slimmer than easy shirt. Easy shirt is oversized compared to regular shirt, but we don't make a regular shirt anymore.
Yeah.
And then work shirt used to kind of like be in the same range as easy shirt, but the new work shirt going forward, it's going to be a little oversized.
Right.
Like maybe one size.
Yeah. Nicholas Vilpu writes, although pants in Japanese means a totally different thing.
That's changing though.
And I will say that it actually means the English, the UK version of pants. Because pants in Japan is underwear.
It was, but now
Right.
it's not. Pants,
Okay.
Like we use pants as in like regular
Trousers. But in the UK, pants still means underwear. Trousers are what we call,
Pants.
trousers are still trousers, but pants are underpants. So I would say that the Japanese understanding of the term pants probably is derived from the English version of pants.
Probably. Yeah.
So, yeah, very, very interesting.
But
with that
it's
one
also
too.
very kind of funny to that's a good point because it totally was the case, and then things as the globalization evolves, our use of words are changing too.
Yeah. Jeans, right? It wasn't it depending on how old you are maybe in Japan,
Japan.
Yeah, you might call it G-pan, which is jeans pants, or you will call it jeans.
Jeans is more like modern
Yeah.
way of saying G-pan. G-pan shows your age, I think.
Or like a jacket is a jijan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, what drives me crazy is that denim. It's the same in English too. People call jeans denim a lot here.
Yeah. Jeans and denim, the two words are starting to become the same thing.
And it's really...
And you have to understand the context to understand what you're talking about.
Right. But it's very confusing because they are actually different things.
Yes.
We need words to just... describe the fabric stage and the garment stage.
Yeah.
We need those two words to be separate.
Yeah.
But in the world, it's mixing.
And now I'm finding myself...
Yeah, it's very tricky.
I was very adamant on, you have to distinguish what you're talking... jeans and denim are different things.
Yeah. It's going to be chaotic if it's the same. But then we start to contribute a little.
Right. And every now and then I find even myself slipping up, and I'm talking about... I say denim when I'm talking about jeans, and I try my best to keep them separated. Mm-hmm. Denim is denim, the fabric. Jeans are jeans, the garment. But every now and then, I slip up. David A. Here's the important question: Pocari Sweat or Aquarius?
Pocari.
Pocari.
Pocari family.
Pocari's the way to go. For people who don't know, Pocari Sweat and Aquarius are sports drinks. It's like Gatorade.
Yeah.
But, in America, Gatorade has 1,000 flavors. Mm-hmm. But here, sports drinks, there's really only the
Aquarius
one flavor.
Have the lemon version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
and Pocari has the artificial sweetener version.
I see, a zero sugar one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's all just kind of salty water. Yeah. That's really the flavor that they're which is fine. It's fine.
I think people, I never really, because I grew up with Pocari Sweat, that's part of my life. I never really got that until somebody pointed out, I don't want to drink a drink called Sweat.
Yeah.
And it's oh yeah, I guess that's kind of weird.
It is weird.
Gross.
Oh, it definitely is weird. When I saw it as a kid for the first time, I'm like, Sweat? I'm like, who wants to drink a drink called Sweat? Yeah. But there's another one called OS1, which is a hyper concentrated Pocari Sweat. It's kind of for
It's like a Pedialyte?
It's like Pedialyte. Yeah. Where it's really supposed to... It's like a concentrated electrolyte drink. But in the summertime here in Japan, it gets so hot and...
heat stroke is a real thing.
Yeah, you lose a lot of, moisture. You sweat a lot, mean, what a better way to say it. So you got to drink these drinks, or you're gonna have a bad time. You will have a bad time. Okay. Rice W5. England and Japan drive on the left.
That's true.
It's true.
There's a lot more things in common, I guess.
Yeah. Francisco Michael. In Spanish, it's pantalones, which is like English, pantaloons. Right. Pants.
Pantaloon an English word?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
I think it came from England. Okay. Pantaloons, right? And then we just shortened it, called them pants, and then somehow they became...
Yeah, I mean, English has a lot of Latin originated words.
That's true. That's true.
Latin style language.
Yeah. Okay. Emilio Hernandez on Gatorade. Purple is the best flavor.
Is it?
I like the white one.
I like the white
and the red one.
I like the orange one too.
The original.
I always get confused about blue because I like one of the blues, but I can't tell which one it is that I like.
Yeah. I whenever we're driving from like Montreal to New York and like we'll make a stop at a gas station, I'm like, all right, it's Gatorade time. Not that we don't have Gatorade in Canada, it's just there's way more Gatorade options in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different shades of blue. That's so confusing.
Yeah. Cheddar Buttersworth. I think pantaloon comes from French.
Yeah, probably. Pantaloon.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it all comes from the same source.
Okay. David A. Why don't you produce more shorts for summer?
This summer.
We have shorts coming.
It's been a long time since we did this, but we're bringing back shorts.
Yeah, so we do have two or three styles of shorts coming. And we can turn any pair of jeans into shorts. That is just a matter of...
asking for an inseam that is appropriate for shorts.
Right. And if you remember from streams a long time back, you remember what the Bahzad Special is. And if you ask for the Bahzad Special, then we will give you the Bahzad Special.
And don't worry, you're going to get the cut-off part too.
Yeah,
so you're not like, you get extra denim.
Does anybody remember the Bahzad Special, or do I have to explain it?
Maybe explain it.
All right, so the Bahzad Special...
Oh, you have to see it, though.
All right, you have to see it. Okay, I'm going to try and find it.
Oh,
Risa, you keep them entertained for a second. Just keep talking.
All right, well...
I'm gonna find the Bahzad Special here
But,
somewhere.
okay, so back to shorts. We have Kikko denim, which I really like this denim. It's like...
have the jacket here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like this very textured indigo dyed fabric. It's not sashiko, but because it's like raised in these patterns, it does look like sashiko, and it does have a great fading potential. This is just like one wash. We sell them one washed, just to kind of show the texture off a little bit more, but this is going to fade like over time really nicely. So we have this fabric in shorts and a couple other like jacquard floral patterns in shorts.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go back, and I don't have the audio going on this, but Tati and Yoko, this is the Bahzad Special. You can see here just how high we can hem those jeans for you. And we'll keep that selvage on the outside for you. Of course, you got to show that off. And then you have full motion here for your booty cheeks. Mm-hmm. The range of motion you get with a pair of jeans like this, jean shorts like this, full on. I mean, you can do all kinds of activities in these. So if you do want the Bahzad Special, it is available for you at no extra charge. We will gladly hem those jeans right up.
Here's a question. So Bahzad Special is the one with the like all the way back, no back pocket.
No back pockets. Yeah, those only hold you back. Yeah.
If you request a 0-inch inseam, would it just be like the straight from the?
Yeah, you just get a waistband. You only get a waistband.
No, but inseam though, 0-inch inseam should be that it go because like when there's an inseam request.
Okay, so
we go straight.
It's from
Like it's basically this, not this.
I suppose
right?
you're right. So a 0-inch inseam is going to be straight across there.
Across
here.
So if that's what you want, request 0-inch inseam.
Yeah.
But if you want the extra
special functionality,
then you have to request
Bahzad Special. Yeah. So if you want traditional booty shorts, we got you. Mm-hmm. That's the 0-inch inseam. And then if you really want, full range of motion, right? You get the Bahzad Special, and we will make that happen for you.
Now that's clear.
Now that that's clear, we can turn any jeans into shorts, regular shorts, booty shorts, or otherwise. Yeah.
And we're not gonna take away your front pocket, obviously, as you can see.
Yeah, you get to.
That's
you can
functional.
You need to put your cell phone somewhere. Razor, traditional booty shorts. Hey man, whatever floats your boat. We are here to support all of your raw denim endeavors. However, in whatever shape, form they come in, we are accepting.
No judgments.
No judgments. None. Zero.
You don't have to be ashamed.
Never be ashamed.
This and we'll be happy to do that.
No problem. Just, that's it. That's all I have to say. Code Name writes, out of all of the world, is Selvedge denim manufactured in old style looms really only made in Japan? No. There are shuttle looms all over the world.
But in any meaningful volume, it's
I guess
it's changing a little bit. It's very much of now that there's a market for it, that it's going back out again, I guess. But
I don't know who the number one producer of Selvedge denim in the world is. It could be a mass market country like an India, Pakistan, Turkey or China. Yeah. It's possible that they produce more in volume. But as far as the craftsmanship that goes behind it, the artisanalness of it, really being purists about it, that's where Japan wins.
Well, also Japan is the place where kept it going. If it's made, it's being made in massive quantities in say India. It wouldn't have happened because unless it was Japan who kept it going.
Right. So they're getting into it because there's a business there, and when you're buying from one of these places, you're a big company. Mm-hmm. You're buying millions of meters of fabric. And when you're trying to make a Selvedge denim jean for $29 retail, you can't do that with a Japanese fabric. Mm-hmm. You got to go somewhere else to do it. Right. So because there is a business to do that, these places that know how to make denim, okay, well, we'll get these machines, and we'll make our fabric. We'll make a version of that fabric with what we can do. So they're very good at making low priced fabric. So they will find a way.
Yeah.
So as far as Selvedge denim availability, even in America they still make it a little bit. But yeah, it is. Every country is going to do it a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. You're going to get the best of the best right here in Japan. And I would say, just to add what Risa's saying, that they're the ones who've been continuing the tradition the longest. Mm-hmm. So they have a lot of experience in making the best Selvedge denim possible. That said, there are in Japan, there are mills that are slowly moving out of Japan just because
the cost
of operating is very high.
And just the capacity.
Yeah, and capacity and availability of employees, right? These are countryside. The mills are generally very countryside, and if you don't know much about what's going on in Japan, the countryside, the depopulation in the countryside is rampant. Young people don't live in the countryside as much as they once were. A lot of people are flocking to cities, so finding the next generation of employees to replace the ones that they have now are becoming difficult. So we've had experiences with mills that made in Japan, and they're like, everything's made in Thailand now. So Thailand is a place where some Japanese mills have started moving production. There are a lot of Thai employees, not a lot, but some mills, they're betting on the next generation, or like the next step of their company might be moving production to Thailand. So they're training a lot of Thai people here to learn everything that they know, and then that they can be the leaders of, the plants and mills when things, move to Thailand. Yeah. So that's not going to be the entire industry here in Japan, but there is a pocket of it that is moving in that direction. So
I mean, it's true. We don't have a lot of young population. They're all getting older, and we can't really keep the same level of workforce alive for that much longer, unfortunately.
Yeah. Back to the mills. Adam Erickson writes, Vidalia. I never know how to say it. Vidalia.
I thought it was Vidalia.
Vidalia Mills in the USA took over the Cone Mills looms, right? Yeah, I believe that's. They didn't take over the production facility.
They just took
over the. I'm not 100% sure of how all that works, but Vidalia is, to my understanding, the last makers of Selvedge denim in America. They took over the White Oak Cone Mills. Cone Mills still operates. They're a very, very big mill. They make in Mexico. They make in China, but they were one of the original suppliers for denim for Levi's in America. There used to be a lot of denim mills. There used to be a lot of fabric mills. That is clear. Even in Canada, we used to have denim mills.
You would think, because it's like, nobody consumes jeans like America and Canada.
It is.
It is a shame.
If you were to tell somebody in the 1970s that they wouldn't be making jeans or even denim in North America anymore, it would have been an unfathomable idea.
I mean, a lot of things are probably.
Yeah, that's true. But
denim, especially, it's just such an icon of that culture.
It's such a part of our national dress. Americans wear jeans. Canadians wear jeans. We're jeans-wearing people. And the fact that fabric is now limited to, and even the grand scheme of Naked and Famous Denim production, in the grand scheme of denim production is, I mean, even a retailer like American Eagle would laugh at the amount of jeans that we make in a year. Like it is a small, funny amount to them. They're like, oh, that's it, right? Like, because they produce millions of pairs of jeans a year.
Yes,
and it's just not at the same. We're not at the same level.
Somebody's trying to. Oh, it's Vidalia. Okay.
Vidalia. All right. Got it. But yeah, it's Jacob Harvey, the singer, writes, best vintage Levi's are made in Canada. A lot of jeans. I don't think I should. Anyways, a lot of jeans used to be made in Canada. A lot. The big chain stores in America, they used to make their jeans in Canada. Really, the when it ended in Canada was about, at this point, maybe 12, 13 years ago. That's when things really went south. Like, that's when it basically ended.
But even like since I joined Naked and Famous, like in the past, I don't know how long, 7-8 years.
Yeah.
Like the landscape have really changed too. It's happening very like quickly.
Yeah. So what really killed them was there were some big American chain stores that did most of their production in Canada. And one of them pulled out, and that basically decimated half of what was left. And then the other one pulled out, and then that killed it. And then it was over. And because Naked and Famous at that time, we were using those factories to do our cutting and sewing, we were in big trouble because we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Our thing was made in Canada. Yeah.
So as those factories closed, the bigger ones, we bought their machines. We opened up our own factory. There was another factory that was small. We bought it. We invested in it. We grew it as much as we can. And so now we operate 2 factories owned by us. We're the last jeans factories in Canada. There was another one in Montreal, but I don't think they make jeans anymore. I think they're out of the jeans making game. So like we are the last remaining jeans factory in all of Canada. There used to be jeans factories, not denim. There used to be denim mills in Canada, but there used to be jeans factories in Winnipeg. They were very, very, very big place for that. But yeah, like it got killed.
Sad.
Got killed.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're still doing our best. We're still hanging on and holding on and you know, doing the best we can.
Yeah. But it does get more difficult as
time goes on. Yeah. Aging out of that industry is hard. Bringing in young blood but you know what? It's not just sewing. I'm going to say that in every industry right now, everybody I talk to, doesn't matter what it is, whether they're in the food or service, whatever industry it is, everyone I find is struggling to find employees. I'm not sure if there's less people. I don't know what it is.
I think less... I mean, you know, like you might be able to find people, they just don't stick around, I feel.
There's some of that too.
Yeah.
But
So you constantly have to look for new people, and then you're not going to get
Right. That said, if anybody's in where's Yucatan based? I know
in California. And Hermosa Beach.
If anyone's around Hermosa Beach,
they might be
looking for people.
Warehouse people.
Yeah.
That would be a great place to work.
Yes, that is a good position. So anyway, we are just hanging out with our friends from Yucatan yesterday, and we were just kind of talking about that. And they're, you know, I always find that like whenever I meet other industry people, we're always asking, do you know anybody good? Do you know anybody? We're always all looking for people. So anyways, they mentioned it. I'm like, you know what? I'll throw it out there because every time I mention that I need people, I'm like, but you got to be in New York or you got to be in Montreal. And then like I get people from all over the place being like, hey, can I work for you? I'm like, are you in New York or Montreal? No? Okay. I appreciate you reaching out. I really do. Yeah. Can you be in New York or can you be in Montreal? A lot of people are like, especially like to hire for Montreal, you have to be able to work in Canada. It's not just like, I know maybe some people don't understand like,
oh, it's right there. We can go there. But no, you can't legally work, and we can't hire illegal workers.
So you have to be able to work where we're hiring. So if you're a Canadian, you want to go, hey, I can work in your New York store. I'm like, I would, but you have to have, everything has to be on the up and up. So,
with that said, if you're in France, I hear it's easier for French people to get a working permit in Quebec.
Oh yeah. If you're in France,
they encourage that.
They really want you to be working in Quebec. So if you are in France
and you're interested in moving to Canada,
let us know. But yeah, if you are in Hermosa Beach, California, I might know a guy that it's a good place to work, and you can be around some really cool boots all the time. Okay, Nick Spark writes, can you order a raw hem on new pairs of jeans in the special comment section when ordering on Tate and Yoko?
I do not recommend that, just because raw hemming is a very easy thing you can do at home.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's hemmed, it's, you can't return it. You can't do anything about it. I think you might want to try it on and decide on the length of the inseam. If you know, but like...
Yeah. I really think it's something you can do yourself. I mean...
Yeah. I think you should do it yourself. It's it's fun to be a part of the process.
Yeah. Get the ruler out. The real key to a raw hem is don't just cut it blind. Get the ruler out, mark it with some chalk.
So it's
straight, right? Because if you're just cutting, and make sure you're using fabric scissors.
Yes.
Your kitchen scissors or whatever, they're not going to cut through the fabric clean. Fabric scissors are the key, and guess what? You can get them pretty cheap. Just go to your local arts, crafts, sewing supply store.
Or even dollar stores.
In Canada, the dollar stores got usually they're not bad. I've used they're like $2 or $3.
Do not use paper scissors because that's gonna ruin it.
Yeah, that's the only thing you got to be.
Yeah. And somebody gonna get mad about that.
Use the scissors. Use your scissors for the proper application.
Yes.
Okay. Currently, Nick Spark currently wearing the new solid black selvage I got in 2020. Is there any difference between my pair and the solid black selvage that's currently in stock? I remember at one point we moved the solid black selvage from being a 14 ounce to a 13 ounce, 13 and a bit ounce. 13. But that's it. So when we did the weight change, that's really been the only difference in the solid black selvage is in the history of the solid black selvage. Nick Spark, did you already announce who won the Naked Famous gift cards from last live stream? We did, and we reached out to all of our winners. I hearted their comments. If you look in the comment section, they have been selected. Okay. BD writes, you know what is awesome? Everyone here. That is true. Thank you, BD. Thank you, producer.
It's such a
I love it.
Positive message.
I love it. Jerry Yin TV. When are the New York City exclusives coming back in stock? Actually,
it's coming soon.
I'm going to check my schedule de production. Ici,
sometime in April probably.
We are expecting to have them near the end of March, early April, and then shipped, and then received and all that stuff.
A couple weeks.
Sometime in April, likely the end. Towards the end of April is likely they will be back in stock as a in-store exclusive. And from what I can, no, it won't be the first one. From what I can tell from my schedule de production, the first True Guy is going to be available probably around the early April. And it looks like it's going to be the Stretch Selvedge True Guy. That'll be the first one. Followed by the Natural Indigo True Guy, again, coming in around the beginning of April, available. And the third one will be that New York City Empire State Selvedge. So the True Guys are starting to arrive, and we will also have True Guy available in the Midnight Slub Stretch Selvedge. That's also on my schedule.
And Elephant.
Yeah, the Elephant X. No, the 11S. 11S.
If you've been waiting for that.
Midnight Slub Stretch Selvedge. If you're looking for a Indigo by Black Slubby Denim, we've got a new option for you.
Yeah.
That'll be coming soon. So, anyways, I just we'll have some videos on that. But this is our Slub Stretch Selvedge base. You guys know this base. It's a very, very beautiful fading base. We did Golden Hour Slub Stretch, Sakura Slub Stretch, the Goku Denim, the Cell Denim. We had the original Indigo Slub Stretch Denim, Indigo by White. The Ryu Denim, the Ken Denim is all made from this. This base is fantastic, fades beautifully. Coming now, Indigo by Black. Indigo by Black. Great pocket flasher on that one as well. I really like this.
And the black suede
black suede patch. This flasher is great.
Yeah.
Really makes that color pop.
Yeah.
So you'll have that available in True Guy as well. Piles of denim around here. Montreal exclusive is still available as a Montreal exclusive if you're looking for the Belle Provence denim. It is available at Tate and Yoko. It is the French vulgar selvage, basically. So we took the vulgar selvage and we applied our favorite French-Canadian swear words to that. I'll show you guys them. Hold on. There's got to be...
Yeah. So it's available in the Tate and Yoko.
Yeah.
But it's not online. So it does...
I think you can. I think you can see it online as out of stock.
Out of stock. So it's not that it's out of stock. It's just that we don't sell it online because it's an in-store exclusive.
Yeah. So we've got it right here. We've got La Belle Provence Selvedge. We've got a new take, a little bit more of a hardcore looking person here on the Selvedge. Sorry, on the leather patch, like an alt kind of alt punk. There's a lot of alt punk scene stuff going on in Montreal, so I thought it would be a a nice touch. And then we've got all the French Canadian swear words here with a little fleur de lis as well on the Selvedge ID. And then so check that out. A fun way to enjoy the vulgar selvage with some local cuss words. And also, just our friend Andy Belanger was the artist behind the leather patch. He's got a great comic book out right now. If you like pro wrestling like I do, you should check it out. Because he does one called Mother Trucker. And pro wrestling and trucking and aliens all kind of mixed up together. So Andy's and hamburgers. So he's doing a great job for us. And he is also a professional wrestler with IWS, hardcore wrestler as Bob the Animal Anger. He's a tag team partner with Sexy Eddie. They're the Sexy Beasts. Fantastic guys.
I like all this, just characters.
Yeah. We've got a fun cast of interesting artists and people we work with. So, anyways, I love pro wrestling, so I'm glad that we can put all that stuff.
This is a great
together.
Match. Also, like multi-talent in one person. That's great.
Anybody who can take a fluorescent tube to the head, I am.
You have respect.
I have much respect for that. Yeah. Richard Meza, any news on the new horror denim? I have news that one of the horror properties that I've been chasing, we've been able to make contact with.
Nice.
I'm not going to say anything beyond that.
Right.
But not for Halloween 2023, but for Halloween 2024,
right?
We might have.
Yeah, Halloween 2023 is the upcoming one.
Is the upcoming one, which
we already have.
Yes, yeah. So that's not been announced yet, but it's in. You guys know it's coming. Halloween 24 will hopefully be very Halloween themed, if you know what I mean. Hopefully, And so yeah, so that's that. Okay. You know what? I want to answer one more question, and then we'll get into snack time.
Yeah.
Okay. Codename writes, what is the advantage other than the fancy self-edge of working with vintage looms? Are they more flexible to make more exotic, heavier, weirder fabrics like the stainless steel denim or the 40 ounce?
Well, I think the biggest advantage and why people like selvage denim over wide width denim is that the character of the fabric itself. It's not, it might not be like if you weave a very typical clean, typical denim fabric, it might not be really like visible right off the bat as to like what the difference between wide width and selvage denim for an average eye, but it does have a very like modern like speedy machines. They do everything perfect, just like anything. Modern machinery are way more precise and clean and just no fault, no character. Whereas salvage machines, old, clunky machine that has so much imperfection that it does show up in the fabric. Yeah. And that's the biggest difference. And obviously, like, there's a benefit to running like a smaller lot. When you're moving, like from fabric mill's perspective, if you're working like a high speed, big machine, then they want to make a lot of the same fabric. Whereas like with Selvedge looms are, you have to maintain manually so much anyway, so they're willing to make smaller productions of the same fabrics for sure. But
yeah, the perfectness of a wide width denim is the main difference here. Yeah. Whereas like the shuttle loom denim, even if you wanted to make it perfect, you can't make it perfect.
Right.
Because the machines themselves, there's so much going on in terms of like how the gears are clinking around and like this, the machines are literally rattling. And like the quality of one machine versus the quality of even the machine next to it, there will be variances even in that. And these are all very, very subtle details.
Yes.
But
exactly.
This is for people who want tradition. Right? I think ultimately the real benefit of selvage denim is built into the tradition of these machines. These are the machines that pioneered this garment that we all love, we all wear. It is the most popular fabric in the world. It's the most popular garment in the world. And to lose our, losing language, we were talking about it earlier. If we were to lose this, I think we lost part of the language. We lost part of the language of denim. So maintaining it is, to me, just an important part. Whether it's, physically better, right, in terms of its durability or things like that, is irrelevant. I actually don't care. It's like, Brandon likes to always use the analogy of the automatic watch. The automatic watch isn't more accurate than even the cheapest digital watch.
Right.
But the tradition that is built into the craftsmanship is what you're paying for. You're paying for the complexity that it takes to make something that keeps time without a battery, right? That's impressive. And it may not be the technology of the day, which is vastly and Apple I also sometimes I'd like to make the comparison that like even the modern smartwatch, like I'm like you're out of time. You might have an automatic watch that hasn't been tuned in a long time, might lose like 3 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, whatever. Even that is more reliable than the most expensive Apple Watch today. You don't want to know why? Because if you're out in the woods, you're out in space, you're just out, and you've surpassed the 24 hours of battery life that you have on that thing, thing is useless.
Yeah.
It's completely useless.
Yeah. That analogy doesn't really work in the denim comparison.
Yeah.
Denim, it doesn't, but I think we're like, in this weird age where like perfection is less, valued than like character and like
there's a
craftsmanship.
There's something, and I don't know what it is, but there is something that draws us to things,
that a human made.
Right.
Like if everything is run by like computers and machines, it's no longer interesting to us.
Yeah. But right, if you see, we're like.
It's like you expect that. Okay, like certain things I want it perfect.
Yeah.
But other things, like...
The imperfection makes things look more natural. And I think inherently that is just something that we feel a fondness for.
I think it's also that we want us to be useful. We want us to be making things to a certain degree, I think.
Yeah. Jacob Harvey writes, having analog plants is better than digital ones. Having analog pants, also plants. Yeah.
Yes, digital pants don't. They
don't fade the same.
Yeah.
Racer Guy 008. What's the typical roll length for a production run of selvage fabric? The roll itself, 50 to 100 meters.
Yeah.
Depends on the machine.
Yeah.
Depends on the fabric.
60, weird numbers, but 50 is the most common roll length.
Yeah. And then the width could also vary. It could be, usually it's around 30 inches. Sometimes like it can be like short, like 26, which is sometimes like, anyways, like sometimes you get a price for fabric and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. And then you're like, oh, the width is like 26, 28. You're like, ugh, like you're losing, right? 30 is the most common, but it could be like on the really short side, 26, 27, 28. And then you might get like a 31, 32 with odd. Or like chambrays sometimes tend to be 45. So
they're different machines.
Yeah. So it can vary. A wide width is usually 60.
Yeah.
So double.
At
least. And I've seen double of those machines.
Yes, double.
Double. Yeah, it's so it's like two giant beams of 60-inch wide fabric, and like, there had to have been 200 meters of fabric on that roll. Like, just huge ass rolls of fabric. Huge. And double of that. Yeah. So like it looks like it looks like a subway car. It's so freaking big.
Like if you're a strong person, you can carry a roll of selvage denim roll.
Yeah, you can carry like a 50-meter roll, like no problem.
But like wide width, there's no way you can carry any.
A full roll of wide width, not happening. It's huge. But yeah. So there you go. Okay.
All right. Okay.
We got snack time today.
Yes.
We got something.
I don't know if this is interesting. We found this. It's the Calbee, like regular, very popular Calbee potato chips. But it says hot and spicy, and it is apparently like a Hong Kong, like a popular flavor in Hong Kong that came to Japan. So I've seen a lot of like Japanese chip brands, local flavor, international local flavor outside of Japan coming back into Japan.
Right.
There's a cup noodle flavor that is like
there's like some Thai ones,
flavored that just like
it's like their local, like they're like cup noodle, the brand cup noodle. It might be a local product for them in Thailand that they only sell in Thailand, but I guess it was so popular they're like, okay, we're gonna import this flavor into into Japan.
Yeah. So Hong Kong is interesting because we get like a lot of Thai ones because they're extra spicier than like what the Japanese local spicy is.
Yeah. Or like even Chinese spice.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like mainland Chinese kind of flavors.
Yeah.
But like specifically a Hong Kong spice.
Also, like, why this like font and design?
It seems a little African inspired.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let's try this though.
BD goes. I'm going Bahzad goes 6-4 on these. I'm calling it. Oh.
I don't know. This might be good actually, though. Hot and spicy.
Initial impression.
It does smell like a spicy chip, but I don't know. It's just regular.
Yeah.
Red chili kind of.
Not even very strong of a red chili.
Yeah.
Kind of weak.
But does it have an interesting spice?
So check that out, everybody. That's
Okay.
It looks like a barbecue chip. Okay.
It tastes like caramucho chips.
Yeah. Spice level is a one wag of a... here, let me put it. Spice level on a scale of 0 to 10. This is two shakes of a cottontail bunny's tail.
What's that from?
I don't know. I just made it up. That means this is a...
It wouldn't wreck a kid. A baby can...
A baby would find mild. There is no
baby
spice
can
here.
Eat this, yeah. Well, babies shouldn't be eating chips. Maybe.
Babies should be eating chips.
I don't know if they can. They have teeth.
There's no spice in this chip. I would say not no spice because that would be lying. But there is literally no. I wouldn't. If somebody were to call this hot and spicy, which they do, that is just a lie.
Yeah, but
these
it's
are neither hot or spicy.
It's not spicy, but it has a spice like taste to it. It's not like
there is a taste to it.
Yeah, that is not the regular salt. Potato
if
chips.
I were to grade these on 1 to 10, I would agree with BD by saying this is a 6-4 chip, in the sense that it's a tasty chip. It's fine. It's like a salted chip with a little bit of, kind of flavor.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it really.
It's very difficult to explain.
The mildest of like red chili kind of taste that you could ever imagine.
It tastes a lot of like
and a lot
black
of salt.
pepper too.
Yeah. But I would say that because they're advertising this as a hot and spicy chip.
You get a point.
Yeah, a full point grade lower.
Full
point.
It's 5.4.
If I bought these expecting hot and spicy, opening it up and eating it would be a disappointment. I'd be upset. If they just called it Hong Kong spice, I'd be like, I don't know what Hong Kong spice is, but these chips are fine. They're a fine chip. If they were on the shelf, I'd buy them.
It's delicious.
I wouldn't seek these out, but these are not hot or spicy.
Yeah. I really like this flavor though.
Yeah.
It's not a bad flavor.
It's a fine flavor. It's fine. It's a 6-4 fine.
Yeah. Sorry, we are not explaining this flavor at all, but it's a pleasant, like, I don't know, a little sweet chili kind of.
Yeah. Codename disappointed. Only because they told me hot and spicy.
I think you feel cheated.
I feel cheated. Shadow, Walker, something like that. Japanese hot and spicy is American Cool Ranch. Japanese spice can get there.
There's some spicy like chips out there. But...
Yeah. Jacob Harvey writes, nothing can be worse than Pringles ketchup chips. I've never had a Pringles ketchup chip.
Why nothing can be worse? You like ketchup flavor.
I like ketchup flavored chips. I don't like ketchup in general, but ketchup chips are all right. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to call it a day. Mm-hmm. That's it. Guys, We had a great hangout with you guys.
It was a long one today.
Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. Don't forget to like this video. When we hit 200 likes on this video, I'm going to give it a timeline. I'm not going to say forever. If we hit
I thought it was during the live stream. On the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the end of the weekend. Just going to give it to the end of the weekend. We had 200 likes on the end of this weekend. I'm going to get a temporary face tattoo.
Is the likes during the live stream count towards that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're almost halfway there.
We'll see. We'll see where we get. So make sure to like this video. And we get to 200 likes. I'm going to go on the internet and find some kind of temporary face tattoo, put it on, and live my life as a social outcast here in Japan. I don't know. I'm sure it washes right off.
See, you don't understand that I have to live that too. I have to be the person with a husband with a face tattoo.
What a joy that is. What a joy it must be to have.
I gotta make sure we have no business meetings and whatnot during that time.
Go to the grocery store. It's gonna be great. We'll go to Costco. Be fun. We have a nice time. We'll go for lunch with your mom somewhere. Be great.
Someone fancy.
Some are really fancy. Some are really nice. Anyways, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for spending your Friday evening here with us. We hope you get to do something that you enjoy this weekend. Do something nice for somebody. Enjoy the Tatin Yoko sale that's going on right now. And Sebastian Pilje writes, 9 more likes right now and I'll get a Flower of Carnage tattoo. 9 more. If we hit 100.
All
right now? Guys, if we hit 100, Sebastian Pilje is getting a Naked and Famous Denim Flower of Carnage tattoo.
Something tells me that he wants to get this tattoo anyways.
All right, I'm gonna give it another 3 minutes just to see if we can hit that 100. So let's do it.
More.
We got 5 more to go, everybody. Let's get those likes up.
I feel like everybody watching
might have already told you. So tell a friend, log in on your other account, get your significant other, hit that like button right now, and let's make it happen. In fact, I'm going to go and make it happen. I'm going to log in on my...
oh, wow, that's 2 votes there.
We're getting there. I have 5 more Google accounts. I'll be back, codename. All right, we're doing it, guys. We are going to like this live stream. I'll be back, codename. Oh, you know what's odd? On my we're doing it, guys. We are going to like this than there are on the live stream thing. We're at 99. We're at 99.
Wait. I haven't liked it. I have the final vote. How do I like it?
Yeah, we're at 102.
I was the 100th.
All right.
Maybe I wasn't the 100th.
Yeah. Anyways, we're there.
All right.
That's it. Sebastian, you're in it. Right. So 100 more, or like actually 94 more, and I'm getting a fake face tattoo.
But Sebastian, don't do it if
don't do it if you don't want to do it.
We're not pressuring you to do it.
It's all on you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. Everybody, it's been a ball. It's been a joy. I can't wait to do it again with you guys next week. Hopefully I'll have some thing on my face. Jeez. We'll see. I'm going to give it to the end of the weekend. By the end of Sunday. By the end of Sunday, I'm going to have a time limit on this. Okay. All right. Everybody, be good.
Yes.
We'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.